Sitaram, my dear devotees, good morning and a beautiful morning to all of you, and welcome to this morning's edition of Krishnam. This morning, let me say a special Sitaram to Mr. Dev Namdev and family, Mr. Kribo, my friend, way off there in New York. Sitaram to you, bhai. Sitaram to you and the family, your wife and the children. To Mr. Satish Anand Ramuta, always supporting us from Suriname. Good morning and Sitaram Haji. Sitaram to you, Jai Ganesh Baba, blessings. From Cedras this morning, deepest part of South Trinidad, Cedras, Bonas, Avian Samaru Edwards and family. Sitaram to you, Avian. And good morning and Sitaram to you, my darling. Sitaram to you. My dear Anne-Marie Pereira, how are you this morning, child? Sitaram to you. Blessings to you and blessings to the children and blessings to the family this morning. Sitaram, all love, all blessings to you. Malti Ram Lochan and family in central Trinidad. Freeport. Sitaram to you, Malti. Good morning to you. Good morning to you and welcome. And to Kalauti Hussein in South Trinidad. Sitaram to you, Kalauti. Good morning, darling. How are you? Shirley Manuel and family. And my two grandchildren. Sitaram to you, Shirley. How is Radha going? I do hope she's well. And Roshni, how is she? My blessings to them and yourself and your husband. Abraham Al-Suram from New York. Good morning to you, sir. How are you this morning? Sitaram. Beautiful morning to you. Beautiful day to you. And beautiful cold weather to enjoy it. With a hot cup of coffee this morning, I am serving a hot cup of chocolate to keep the soul warm and to keep you focused. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Sitaram. 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 Mr. Abraham Al-Suran in New York City. From Kunupia, Mr. Dave Maraj. Sitaram to you, Dave. How are you this morning, my friend? How is the family? I do hope you're all well. Gita Khan, my dear daughter. Sitaram to you. Gita, how is the grandchildren doing? I do hope they are well. And I hope that you are well, child. God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. All love to you, Gita, to yourself, your daughter, your son, son-in-law and your daughter-in-law and your husband. Blessings to you all. Gita Khan, Sitaram. Lily Siudas, Sitaram to you. And to all of you, welcome. Welcome to this morning's edition of Krishnam Live. And I'm your host, Satyacharya, Pandit Dr. Bramanand Rambachan, together with Guru Ma, sharing with all of you our love and sharing with all of you our peace and sharing with all of you our devotions to God this morning. Mary Basdev, Sitaram to you. And Rishma Metiram, Parvati Roti Shop in Bharataria. Sitaram to you, Rishma. Sitaram to you. How are you this morning, child? How is Rashid doing and how is the grandchild? Sitaram to you. Bernadette Atwell, my darling Bernadette Atwell. Good morning to you, Bernadette. And Sitaram to you. Good morning to you, Bernadette. Good morning to you. Sitaram, darling. Well, my dear friends. Sharmila Rupnarayan. Good morning to you, darling. Good morning. And Sitaram to you, Sharmila. How are you, dear? How is the family? How is everyone at home? I do hope everyone is well. From London this morning, Day Caries. We welcome you. We welcome you. We welcome you this morning, darling, with all love and all blessings. Sitaram to you. Day Caries in London. Sheila Pargas, Don Miguel Road, locked on. Mama and Auntie Shumin and all you all. Sitaram to all of you. Mr. Deosaran Munesar, good morning to you, sir. Good morning to you. Sitaram, and thank you for joining me again this morning. Sabita Haricharan, my dear daughter. Sitaram, how are you, child? Beautiful morning to you, Sarita. Beautiful morning to you. Lishtra Singh, a beautiful day to you this morning. Beautiful day to you this morning. And always a pleasure day. Always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure having you join me. I look forward to seeing you join me every morning. yourself, Meena Sav and Pamela Arsan, all from London. I look forward to seeing you all join me. Chandra Ramit, good morning to you this morning. Good morning to you this morning. Sitaram to you. And to all of you. Vitra Parga Stevens, Saudi Arabia. Good morning, darling. Sitaram to you, Vitra. How is your husband doing? How is Mr. Laldev doing? My respect and regards to him this morning. Sitaram to you, Vitra. Sitaram to you, darling. And blessings to your children also. Good morning, Sitaram. My dear devotees, and especially so this morning, let me welcome from Guyana, Kamlauti, Sitaram to you from Guyana this morning, my darling. Good morning to you, and Sitaram to you and your family in Guyana this morning. I do hope all is well and fine with you in Guyana. God blessing. What part of Guyana are you from? I should have asked you that a little while ago. What part of Guyana are you from? But Sitaram, and welcome to you. Girls in Sukhdev, Sitaram to you. And Mary Basdev in Faizabad. How are you this morning, Mary? Sitaram to you. Yes, Mary. Live in peace. Live in peace. I agree with you. LIP. We need to remind people of this. Jen Ramlal in Faizabad. Sitaram to you, Jen. How are you this morning? What did the rain do with you yesterday? And how is everything with you? Sitaram to you, Jen Ramlal and family, your husband and your children. Sitaram to you. And Sheila Parga sending love and light to Vitra and Laldev, her daughter and her son-in-law in Saudi Arabia this morning. Very nice, Sheila. Very nice of you. Very, very nice of you. Radhika Rampasad, Sitaram to you, and Bhajan Sirju, my good friend. Sitaram to you. Nisha Kanhai, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Sitaram and blessings to you. Blessings to you. Sita Maharaj and Pamo Mahabir. Sitaram to all of you. And welcome. 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 And this morning I want to begin with these words. And I want to share these words with all of you. My dear devotees, my dear viewers, my dear listeners, Sitaram. And let me begin by sharing these words with you. And I want you to truly appreciate these words. And I want you to truly understand these words. Because they mean so much. And they have so much worth and value. The company of loving friends and family is a blessing from God. The company of loving friends and family is a blessing from God. Margaret Ramlogan in St. Helena. Sitaram Magi, welcome. It's been a long time I haven't heard from you, but I do hope all is well, and I do hope all is fine with yourself and your grandchild. Greetings to Andy, his wife, and his brother. So I'm saying to you all, the company of loving friends and family is a blessing from God. Is a blessing from God. And when you sit in the company of each other as family this morning, enjoy the peace and the love that we have been able to share with one another this morning. If you are sitting together as husband and wife, Tara Sant, or if you are sitting and the family is around, understand and appreciate. Mr. Bobby Ramrup in Pina, understand and appreciate how blessed you are to be able to have this moment of love. Vidya Ananda Yankaran in Long Island, Sitaram to you. Judy D. Lutawan, good morning to you. And my dear daughter, Rachel Sharma. Sitaram to you, Rachel. Guruma and I, we send our love to you and the family. So this is why I'm saying to you all this morning. Today, families are so torn and shredded apart by so many negative actions. And it is so clear and so apparent that the Ramayana shows all of us how the Ayodhya family of Dashrath was destroyed by the quest for power, wealth, status, and everything else. When Kekayi divided the kingdom, when Kekayi brought pain to Dashrath, when Kekayi did not think of all the positive attributes of maintaining the strength of the unity and the love of the family, and how dissipated the family became. But the most important thing was that Ramchandra, and in particular Sita Mata, focused on the relationships and the worth and the value of relationships. And I will look at this with you this morning. But this morning I want to tell you how blessed you are. How blessed we all are. Shalima Sohan, Sitaram to you, darling. Sitaram to you, darling. And thank you for sending your greetings to Guruma. How blessed you all are and we all are. And I say this to you again, the company of loving friends and family is a blessing from God. And because of this, today I pray with you this morning that you experience God's presence, receive God's hope, and trust in God's love for you. That is what the presence of each other means to one another as a husband and wife, as a family. That is what it means to one another. So let me say this to you again. Today I pray that you experience God's presence, receive God's hope, and trust in God's love for you. Trust in God's love for you. Vidya Ananda Yankaran in Long Island, Sitaram, Pamo Mahabir. Thank you. She says, yes, Baba, we are all blessed. Om Namah Shivaya. Think of your blessings. Think of your blessings for a moment. At the time in Trinidad and Tobago, from the Krishnam studios, the time is now 5 a.m. My dear devotees, my dear beautiful children, beautiful morning to all of you. Beautiful day to all of you. And a beautiful moment of our prayer, worship, and giving thanks to that divine Master and that divine Lord. As I welcome all of you this morning, in this beautiful moment of prayer and devotion. Welcome this morning. And thank you for joining me. Thank you all for joining me in beautiful prayer and worship. My dear friends, my dear devotees, Shanti Danpat and Pamo Mahabir, blessings to you, and whose birthday is this today, Radhika, and Day Karis and all of you, Juditi Lutawan and Rajdev Sinarayan, Rajdev Sinarayan. Today is your 60th birthday. Well, you see, I didn't even have to mention that today is your 60th birthday, and already everyone is wishing you happy birthday. So from all of us in the Krishna family this morning, Rajdev, Sitaram to you, and welcome this morning, and a beautiful morning to you. Beautiful morning to you. And I do hope all is well, and I do hope that you enjoy your birthday today. I do hope so. And so, this morning, I take the opportunity to wish all of you
Savior and Protector,
a beautiful day, a beautiful dawn, and a beautiful moment in life. My dear friends, we are focusing this morning, my dear devotees, we are focusing this morning on the meaning and the concept of family. And we are all well aware of the emphasis that the Ramayana places on the family relationships. The family relationships. And how the family is an important institution for our growth and our happiness and peace as family members. Anil Maiku and Jasmine Babulal, Sitaram to all of you. Families boost our confidence in each other, as well as families can break our trust and our confidence in each other. But from a positive standpoint, let us look at it from a positive standpoint. Families boost our confidence and make us feel loved. Families, how do I view? Families, they are the pillars of our strength, who never fall. Instead, keep us strong so we become better people. When you look at the relationship between Sri Ramchandra and Sita Mata, when Ramchandra was asked to leave Ayodhya, he did not want Sita Mata to go with him. He preferred that she remained in the kingdom and look after his mother and father. He told her that. And then they all discussed with her that she has never known anything else other than a life of existence in luxury, with hand servants and handmaids. Uttarani Maharaj in Canada and Maharani and Uncle Sitaram to you. And they would prefer that she remained in the kingdom rather than go and walk on the thorny paths where her soft, tender flesh will be torn apart by all the various grasses and weeds and herbs and all these different things. And they put up a very strong argument to prevent Sita, to attempt to prevent Sita Mata from going with them into the forest and accompanying Ram. But Sita sat quietly. She sat quietly and she listened to all the various thoughts and schools of thoughts and arguments and everything that were being perpetrated and put forward to her. And then, of her own accord, Sita responded to them all. Responded to them all. In families, and true families, we have to understand and we have to appreciate that we learn the values the values of love, the values of respect, faith, hope, caring, cultures, ethics, traditions, and everything else that concerns us through our families. Rishma Metiram, what do you think about that? What do you think about that? Dimpro Govardhan and Malik, the double screen. What do you think about that? Uttarani Maharaj, Maharani, what do you think? Eva Helen, good morning to you. Sitaram, what do you think about that? Jasmine Babulal, what do you think about that? Let me say this to you again. Let me say this to you all once more. Through our families, we learn the values of love, we learn the values of respect, faith, hope, caring, cultures, ethics, traditions, and everything else that concerns us through our families. And security coupled with unconditional love. They will always look to see and bring out the best in you, even if you cannot see it for yourself. Think about this. Family is important because they can offer support and security coupled with unconditional love. They will always look to see and bring out the best in you, even if you cannot see it yourself. Even if you cannot see it yourself. Shalima Sohan, she says, totally agree. Jill Chaitu from Rosilak. Sitaram to you, darling. Sitaram to you. Rosilak, and way off in Labre, where she has her roti shop and business establishment. Sitaram to you this morning, Jill, and Sitaram to Auntie and your mommy and all of you on that beautiful hill. Happy Hill, they call it. Sitaram to you. Vindi Maharaj. Bobby Ramrup and Zina Ramdan, everyone in agreement with what I'm saying. And before I tell you what Sita Mata said, let me share something else again. Family is important because they can offer support and security coupled with unconditional love. They will always look to see and bring out the best in you, even if you cannot see it yourself. And Sheila Parga, she says, and friends do as well. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Uttarani Maharaj Maharani in Toronto, she says, so true. And Vidya Ananda Yankaran, she says, so true. She says, Guruji, that's so true. Thank you, Vidya. Thank you. My dear devotees. And so in the Ramcharitmanas, Sita Mata sat very patiently, very quietly. Tarasi Pasad, she sat very patiently and very quietly, Sita Mata. And she listened to all of them speak. She listened to everyone speaking. And when they were finished speaking, Sita Devi Mata ji, she turned to Ramchandra and she faced him. And she simply said just a few selected words to Ramchandra. A few selected words to Ramchandra that means so much to you as a wife and as a husband and to all your extended families this morning. Very, very, very beautiful words Mara Sita said. Mary Basdev, she says, I love my family and friends. They're the best blessings to everyone. What did Sita Mata say? Please share the live for me. Please share the live for me. I ask you all, please share the live for me this morning. Please send your thumbs, please send your hearts. Please send your reassurance and understanding of what I'm saying to you. Mother Sita, all the time, all the while, she was sitting. Judy D. Lutan says, we must appreciate and love our families. LP Ganesh, Lolly and Paro, Sitaram to you both. Pamo Mahabir, 5 hearts, she sends. So, she turned to Ramchandra. All the while she was sitting, and she stood up. And the first thing she did, she started to remove all her royal jewelry and headpiece and everything else. And she took it and she placed it on the ground. And then she walked up to Ramchandra and she held him by his shoulders. Sita, this small, frail personality, in comparison to the outstanding stature of Ramchandra. And she held him by his shoulders. And she looked at him in his face. And she said to him, Rama, can the shadow of any relationship exist without its substance? A very strong piece of message to husbands and wives this morning. Can the shadow ever exist without its substance? Ramchandra looked at her. He looked at her. And then Sita said to him, Prabhuji, please know that you are the shadow and I am the substance of our existence. Please know that you are the shadow and I am the substance of this family relationship. And then she held his hand and she says, my Rama, come, come. Mala Bridge Mohan Baldat, Sandra Mohan Rajpal from Long Island, Sitaram to you. Then she says, come, let us leave, let us go into this world. And she held his hand and she walked out. And then I will tell you what she said.
माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है. O माँ, your motherly affection awakens the chords of love in my heart for your lotus feet.
Malti Rambachan, she says, yes, true. Family is everything. We are each other's support in one another's life. She says her family means everything to her and blessings to have a family that is always there for each other. The words of Malti Rambachan this morning. Herself and Ram in Freeport, Mission Road in Freeport. Sitaram to you both and thank you for always being an integral part of this Krishnam family this morning. And then Mother Sita held the hand of Ramchandra and she says, come, let me walk you out into the kingdom of the world that is our kingdom. And so she held the hand of Ramchandra and she led him out the doors of Ayodhya and she led him out into the broader spectrums of the world. And then she placed Ram to stand on the chariot. She placed Rama to stand on the chariot, Andy and Bina. In Malik, Sitaram to you, Andy. Sitaram to you, Bina. Good morning, Bina. How are you, Sitaram child? And Rama was weeping and crying. And he turned back to look at the kingdom of Ayodhya. But by this time, Sita Mata had gone to the front of the chariot, which had been driven by Sumantra. And she held the reins of the horses, the symbol of man's senses and thinking. And she says, Rama, let us not look back, but let us look forward. Let us not look back, let us look forward. And she quietly and silently lifted her head, looking out into the distance. And she said to Ramchandra, Rama, there, outside, out there lies our kingdom. Let us go and enjoy our kingdom with all the families whom we will meet as we journey in this life. And as a wife, she led Ramchandra out into the world. Well, I hope that you all did enjoy that bhajan, because Sita led Ramchandra as a mother will lead a child out into the world. And I wanted to play that bhajan to remind you of that relationship, that motherly relationship that a wife represents. Vasanti Maharaj, Sitaram to you. So, now, let me, at the time in Trinidad and Tobago is now 5:31 a.m. Sunil and Tara Nero in North Carolina, Sitaram to you. God blessings to your brother Vishnu. I hope he's much better this morning. Sitaram to all of you. Family is important because they can offer support and security coupled with unconditional love. Family is important because that they can offer support and security coupled with unconditional love. They will always look to see and bring out the best in you, even if you cannot see it for yourself. This is what I just narrated to you from the Ramayana. How, as a family, we must bring out the best in each other, and how we must help each other evolve into better beings in this life. In life, I have come to learn that values that are important in any family, that there are values that are important in any family. Values that are important in any family. And you know, I want you to understand this. Values that are important in any family. This is so important. Values that are important in any family. My dear friends, values are important. And one of the first value of importance in any family is honesty. Is honesty. Kisuni Sivchan. Families and families' values and bonds should be based on honesty with each other. Pauji, Sitaram to your girl. In addition to honesty, we must have trust. And we must learn to have respect for each other in our families. Each of these values is equally important in all families, in my families, in your families, in the Christian family. Let me tell you this. Mr. Devanand Jagro, Sitaram to you. Honesty, trust and respect, they have played a big role in making me the person I am now. Growing up in my family taught me that honesty is the best policy. And this is what I want to impress upon you. That today we witness so many families torn apart. So many families torn apart. Torn apart by dishonesty with one another. Torn apart. Torn apart by so many different issues. Torn apart by wealth. Torn apart by power struggle. Torn apart by fighting for properties. Torn apart by so many narrow-minded issues, torn apart by jealousy, torn apart by greed, torn apart by hatred. Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? But if only we can understand how we allow honesty, trust, and to have respect for each other. Respect for each other. Then we'll understand that they played a big role into making so many of us who we are today. Who we are today. Growing up in my family taught me that honesty is the best policy. My dear friends, my dear devotees, a family is meant to provide for us a primary source of learning. So teaches the Ramayana. A family provides enormous positive energy and can make you conquer many things. A family gives us stability in various ways. And a family makes us responsible for our duty. Cristiano David Daniel, he says, well said, family is not only about flesh and blood, it's times, caring and sharing. Rocky Ramdas, Sitaram to you, my friend. Good morning to you, Sitaram. Judy D. Lutawan, she says, very true, honesty and respect, and very important pillars to being a good individual to help hold our families together. Ashwarya Kangalu and the Kangalu family in Kunupia. Sitaram to you, Ash, your mommy and your daddy. Sitaram to you all. Sitaram to you all this morning. And so, my dear friends, this is what I say to you all this morning. How important it is the Ramayana teaches us. How important it is the Ramayana teaches us that we value as a family, we value each other. And we see the value of each other as we grow together. As we grow together, we see the value of each other as we grow together. To my dear friend in Avocat village, Neil Ram Kumar Singh, Sitaram to you, Neil. How are you this morning, my brother? Sitaram to you, son. Sitaram to you. Raymond Kisun in Port St. Lucie this morning. Sitaram to you. God blessings be with you. And a beautiful day to you, Raymond. A beautiful, beautiful day to you. Sitaram to you. And now, as we come to the top of the hour, I want to end with these beautiful words. And I want to share this with you this morning. The most important person in a family are the parents. And the most important thing about children is the need to prepare them properly for responsible citizenship. That is what Dashrath did with his children. That is what the Ramayana proposes. So that, what family means to you? Let me ask all of you this. What does family mean to you? In closing this morning, and I ask you to share this, share this live for me and share this message for me. And to remember that our messages are now shared on Facebook. Our messages are now shared on Instagram. And our messages can be viewed El Socorro Mandir on YouTube. So that we have viewed and listened and aired on 3 different platforms now, Krishnam, around the world. Remember, you can hear my messages every morning and you can review it on YouTube. You just simply type in El Socorro Mandir. You can listen to me on Instagram and you can view me every morning on Facebook. My dear friends, in closing this morning, I say to all of you, family means someone to love you unconditionally. Family means someone to love you unconditionally in spite of you and your shortcomings. Family is loving and supporting one another, even when it's not easy to do so. It's being the best person you could be so that you may inspire your loved ones. So that you can inspire your loved ones. Please, please, please bear words to and bear meaning to these words of mine. Family means having someone to love you unconditionally, in spite of you and your shortcomings. Family is loving and supporting one another, even when it is not easy to do so. It's being the best person you could be, so that you may inspire your loved ones. How did Sita inspire Ramchandra? Bobby Ramrupi says, my family means the world to me. Love them so much. I want to close on that note. My dear devotees, on behalf of Guru Maya and I, Lakshmi Durga and Lu Ramdas, I thank you all for joining me this morning. I thank you all for taking the time to share my messages throughout the world. I thank you and I thank all those people who view us from various parts of the world. I thank you all this morning. Remember, Nisha Siraj and Radhika Rampasad, remember this morning, there is no greater institution than the institution of family. God bless you all. Guru Mai, she sends her love to all of you. Star Girl R. Sharan Sitaram to you. And we invite you to join Guru Mai this evening at 6:30 p.m. Rauti Gosain at 6:30 p.m. from the studios of Classic Radio for Sandhya. Until then, from Guru Mai and I, we send our love to all of you. Sitaram, and have a blessed day, and have a loving day. And as a family, as I close, hug and kiss, embrace, and share your love with each other. Mr. Dani Lakshman, Sitaram to you. Kisuni Siuchan Bauji and Tara Sant. Beautiful morning, beautiful day to all of you all. Sitaram.